Good morning children, how are you? We are discussing about the cell, the basic unit of the life. In last class we discussed about the invention of the cell. Robert Hooke is discovered the cell and we observed the structure of the cell in the cork cell and matrix and onion peel cell and cheek cells. And invention of the nucleus by the Robert Brown. And we have to observe this nucleus in the plant cell and animal cell. For observing the plant cell, we need a bulb or an onion peel we need, and we need cheek cells for observing in case of the animal cell. First now activity 4, page number 18. Activity 4, observation of nucleus in onion peel. Before we observe only structure, what is the shape of the cell in case of the plants and shape of the cells in case of animals. And today we are going to discuss about the nucleus, how they arranged, what is the shape of the nucleus, what is the size of the nucleus. Is there any similarities, differences are present between the animal nucleus and plant nucleus in their arranging places, in their sizes, in their shapes? By observing the two experiments. First one is activity 4, observation of the nucleus in onion peel cells. For this you need to peel a membrane. Membrane means a layer from an onion once again. So in first unit first also we did, we collected the onion peel, and last class also we collected onion peel, and now also same method you have to follow for removing the onion peel. Now keep this membrane on a slide and add 1-2 drops of the stain. Stain means some colors or chemicals. Safranin, methylene blue or red ink. If these two types of the chemicals are not available, we can use this red ink also. Cover this with a cover slip and leave it for about 5 minutes. Then add water drop wise from one side of the cover slip while removing the extra water with a filter paper from the other side. This will help in washing away the extra stain. Now observe this slide under a microscope. Same here, but we have to take here a safranin chemical or methylene blue. Same. You collect a membrane here. Take some part of the membrane. Take it to one watch glass. Place it. This layer or membrane. Add safranin or red ink or methylene blue. I leave it for some time. This red ink is absorbed by the membrane of the onion. It is absorbed. Next, make a slide. Same procedure. Place the stained onion peel on the slide. Next, add water drop. Next, place the cover slip over the onion membrane. Gently press. If you notice any extra water, just to remove without filter paper. Now your slide is ready. You can observe under the microscope. When you observe under the microscope, You observe here dots. The onion. It is known as nucleus, and inside the cell a liquid-like portion appears. It is known as cytoplasm. And each partition is covered with a thick layer. Thick layer is known as cell wall. Each cell is covered by the thick membrane. It is called cell wall. So onion cell showing nucleus stained. Now it is a stained slide this one. Previously without stain. Here we applied a red ink or saffron ink or methylene blue. So it will be given a stain here. The blue or red spot observed within the cell is the nucleus. So when we want to observe a nucleus, it must be stained. Otherwise, it is not visible under the microscope. For observation of the especially nucleus, it should be stained. Membrane should be stained. This ink is observed by the only nucleus, not over the cell. Only nucleus can receive the red ink or whatever we given the chemicals. Remaining cytoplasm, it can observe but a little quantity, but nucleus can observe more quantity of the chemicals. Now let us see nucleus in our own cells. Now in case of plants, we observe nucleus. And next we have to observe nucleus in the animal cell. Observation of the nucleus in cheek cells. So now it is a activity 5. You could also take cells from the inner layer of the cheek, stain them with saffron or methylene blue and try to observe a nucleus in them using microscope. Now let us compare the onion and cheek cells. Same procedure you have to follow while you are collecting the cheek cells. Already you know what precautions you have to take and how to prepare a slide of the cheek cells. So before preparing, you are again this tissue of the cheeks must be stained with the again saffron or methylene blue. Okay children, same procedure you have to follow. Collect your cheek cells. Stained cheek cells. This stained is already given the saffron or methylene blue and cover with a cover slip. You can remove the extra color or water from the filtered paper. Now you observe under the microscope. Here also spots you can observe. Blue color spots if you take it methylene blue, these spots appear in the color methylene blue in color. These are known as nucleus. Three partitions are there. Each partition is known as a cheek cell. And we have a thin layer is covered by the cell. It is known as cell membrane. And the fluid is present inside of the cell. It is known as cytoplasm. Now we have to observe both pictures here. The cells in onion peel consist of nucleus, and here also in case of cheek cells there is a nucleus, and cytoplasm is locating in both cells. But here cell wall, here outer covering of the onion peel is very thick. Outer covering of the onion peel is very thick. It is known as cell wall. But cell membrane, it consists of cell membrane also inside. It consists of two layers in plants. In case of plants, I will draw in larger size. It is a cell of plant. In every plant cell, the cell is covered by two layers. One is a thin membrane, it is known as cell membrane. And over the cell membrane, again a thick layer is covered. It is known as cell wall. Here in textbook not given. They given only cell wall. Cell wall they given. So whatever present inside the cell wall, cell membrane not given here. But every plant cell consists of cell membrane, and over the cell membrane a thick layer is covered. It is known as cell wall. But here in case of cheek cells, there is no any cell wall. Only these cells, they consist of only cell membrane. Over the cell membrane, there is no any cell wall. And one more difference is there. You have to observe here, the nucleus is located in case of both onion peel cells and cheek cells. But you observe here, where they taken place here? Exact center. Nucleus is taking place in the center portion of the cell, in every cell. But here, they did not take in center. So peripherally of the cell wall or cell membrane, they did not take in center place. Means just side to the cell wall. They taken place here. Here, figure 8, cheek cells showing nucleus stained. What structures are observed in the cells? Did you see a tiny dot stains in all these cells? Are they located in the center in both the cells? No. Here, every cell consists of nucleus in the center region. But in case of here onion, there is no center portion. What is the difference between boundary of onion cell and cheek cell? Boundary. Boundary means here there is a cell wall. It is a boundary. Means cell wall. Cell wall is present in the onion cell, but the cell wall is absent in the cheek cells. The outer layer of a cheek cell is cell membrane. This gives a shape to the cell and selectively allows substances to pass through it. In and out of the cell. Means here it is a membrane. The plasma or cytoplasm. Here cytoplasm, it can transport one cell to another cell by the membrane, cell membrane. It consists of small holes. Cell membrane consists of small holes, tiny holes. The cytoplasm can transport to one cell to another cell from the by the cell membrane, and inside to outside and outside to inside. It can transport. Cytoplasm can transport to one cell to another cell to another cell. Okay, children. By the cell membrane. About this, you will learn more higher in classes. So, in 9th class, about the cell membrane, use of the cell membrane, how they are utilizing in the plants and animals, we can observe. On the other hand, in the cells of the onion peel, the outer covering is clearer than in cheek cells. It is because there is another layer present over the cell membrane, known as the cell wall. This gives rigidity to the cell. Rigidity means strength. Cell wall is giving protection to the cell. Rigidity means strength or strong. Cell will become strong by the consist of the cell wall. It is absent in the animal cell. In both the cells, you can find a dense around body called nucleus. In cheek cells, the nucleus is present more or less at the center of the cell, whereas in onion cells it is not in the center but towards periphery. Towards the periphery means they not taken place in the center portion, but in case of the cheek cells they are arranged in center. The jelly-like substance between the nucleus and the cell membrane is called cytoplasm. So between the nucleus and cell membrane is called a cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like substance, means sticky, gum-like substance. It is a heterogeneous material. Ask your teacher why it is called as heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means it is not permanent to the one cell. It is transporting one cell to another cell. The cytoplasm can transport to another cell to and another cell. That is the reason we are calling this one as heterogeneous material. It is transporting, it is not permanent in one cell. It contains membrane-bound structures called cell organelles. And not only nucleus, other cell organelles also present. Here not given, but another cell organelles also present. Means another particles of the cells also located in the cytoplasm. As well as more complex chemicals, and some of the chemicals also located in the cytoplasm. Cell organelles help to carry out several functions within the cell, and you will study them in 9th class. You shall also study why cells are considered to be the basic structure and functional units of the living body. So more information of the cell organelles you can learn in the class 9. And say why the cell are called the structural and functional unit of the cell, living body. So what are the organelles are present in the cell? The functions are performed by the different kinds of the cell organelles. Till now we have discussed about the structure of nucleus in onion peel and in case of cheek cells. Some of the differences are there, some of the similarities are there. Similarities are nucleus is present in both cheek cells and onion peel. Cytoplasm present in both cheek cells and onion cell. But cell wall is located only in onion peel and but not in cheek cells. And place of the nucleus also different. They taken here peripherally in onion peel, but they taken place in the center. And not only nucleus and cytoplasm, there are again some other organelles are there. Those are known as cell organelles. Cytoplasm is in sticky like or jelly like substance. It can pass to one cell to another cell. Always they transport to one cell to another cell. Next, diversity in cells. So means different types of the cells. So page number 19. In onion peel cells, you have seen that nearly all cells are similar in structure and shape. If you repeat this experiment with peels of onions in different size, what do you think your observation would be? Does bigger onions have bigger cells? Here, suppose we take here onions small in size. We observe the size and shape under the microscope. We notice it. Suppose you take a large sized onion. Then the whatever you take in first one. Because you take a large in size onion. It is larger than the whatever you take it in previous experiment. So what type of the cells you will get here? Will you get in big size of the cells? So one cell I drawn here, cytoplasm. What is your opinion here? Have they consist of big onions, big cells, small onions, small cells? So big onion, big cells, and small onion, small cells. Is it correct or wrong? What is your opinion? Let us read here. There are millions of living organisms in nature. They have different shapes, sizes, and vary in the number of cells they contain. To know more about this, let us observe some more cells. You will observe the permanent slides of amoeba, paramecium, chlamydomonas, etc. in the chapter on microorganisms. All these are single cellular and are called unicellular organisms. Uni means single. In this, the single cell is capable of performing all the life processes like obtaining food, respiration, excretion, growth and reproduction. See children, the size and shape of the cell is similar in both small onion and big size onion. Okay, but number of the cells is a difference. Small onion consists less number of the cells when comparing to larger in size. Larger onion consists more number of the cells when comparing to smaller onion. Okay children? Size and shape is similar but number of the cells are different when comparing to small and big size onion. And in our surroundings there are several types of the animals are there. Those are in different sizes, shapes, and their cells also different size and shapes, and their functions also different. And when comparing to smaller animal to large animal, their number of the cells are different. It is vary from one animal to another animals. And unicellular organisms, whatever here, protozoa, chlamydomonas, yeast, paramecium, amoeba, these all are microscopic animals. Means with our naked eye we cannot see them, we cannot watch them. Under the microscope we can see them. These are known as unicellular organisms. Uni means a single. Uni means single. So unicellular organisms means in their body we can observe only one cell. And this one cell is perform the all functions or life process for surviving themselves. Growth, respiration, digestion, means taking food, excretion, reproduction. Every function is performed by the single cell only. Some of the pictures are given here. Living organisms having more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. Basic life process in multicellular organisms are carried out by different types of the cells. Then what about the multicellular organisms? In multicellular organisms, their body is made up of more than one cell. In some animals, their cells form together and form a tissues. So they consist different types of the tissues to perform different types of the life processes. Okay, in case of human beings, digestion is a life process. It is carried by the different types of the tissues. The mouth, some of the organs are present in the digestive system. Mouth. So mouth is a part in the digestive system. So different types of the tissues are located. Tongue is one type of the tissue. Cheeks and teeth are one type of the tissue. Glands are located inside the mouth. Those are another type of the tissues. And next, esophagus, food pipe. It is also one type of the tissue. Stomach is another type of the tissue. Small intestine, large intestine, liver, other glands. Such way, different types of the tissues are involving in the only single life process, that is a digestive system. And other life process, respiratory, excretory, reproduction. So these are also, they consist of different types of the organs. Every organ is made up of the different types of the tissues. For your understanding, here given what are the unicellular organisms, what is Chlamydomonas, what is protozoa, amoeba. I will try and I will show you. And till now we discussed about the arrangement of the nucleus, about the cell wall, about the cytoplasm in plant cells and in animal cells. In every plant cells, they consist of cell wall. In every animal cell, they do not have cell wall. They consist of only cell membrane. But cell membrane is consisting plant cell also. They consist of two layers, cell membrane, and over the cell membrane again cell wall. And in case of the nucleus arrangement also different when comparing to animal cell and plant cell. Okay children, and we discussed about the unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms means their body is made up of with only one cell. Multicellular organisms means their body is made up of more than one cells. So in next class we are going to discuss about the unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms, their structure of their cells and their function of their cells. Okay children, and harmful microorganisms, their structure, how they are causing for the diseases in the human beings. So we will learn about them. Okay children, we will meet in next class. Bye.